Folks, there has been a troubling recent spike in crime, simultaneous with PPP agitation, protests, and hooliganism. So let's talk about this serious issue of crime. Specifically, let us look at who has been tougher on crime, this coalition government or the PPP regime. Since coming to office in 2015, Guyana is clearly and undoubtedly a much safer and more prosperous country than the one we inherited from the PPP. Under the failed Jagdeo presidency, the country was handed over to drug dealers who terrorized ordinary people while the PPP cabal got rich. You all know that Jagdeo, Irfan, and the PPP were so incompetent in fighting crime that they surrendered and handed over the control of the security forces to the Phantom Squad, coordinated by known drug lords. Roger Khan, who just returned from the US after serving 10 years in jail for narcotics trafficking, took out a full-page ad in the newspapers boasting about his involvement in these death squads. Jagdeo, Irfan, and the PPP cabal have blood on their hands, with more than 400 deaths linked to these death squads. They have the blood of innocent lives lost at massacres in Lusiknan and Bartika on their hands. Under the PPP, crime, violence, murder, extrajudicial killings, piracy, kidnappings were out of control. Fishermen were being slaughtered on the high seas under the PPP, and the fishing industry was at a virtual standstill. Even a US diplomat was kidnapped under the PPP regime. The PPP has an appalling record in fighting crime. Under President David Granger and the coalition government, gangs of bandits have been busted, dismantled, and jailed. Murders are being solved and serious crime is down by over 30%. Criminals are no longer running rampant in Guyana. Criminals are running and hiding and getting caught and jailed. This government has invested over $100 billion in training and equipping our security services. We now have more police stations, better trained police officers who have the resources, including more vehicles and equipment needed to protect you, the citizens. There have been 503 prosecutions and 227 persons convicted for narcotics trafficking alone in 2017 and 2018. There is now greater trust between the Guyanese public and the police, with the establishment of new community policing groups that have resulted in 262 arrests in 2018. And there is a new emergency 911 system for the immediate reporting of crimes and faster response times. These are just some of the improvements and measures adopted by this coalition government in the fight against crime. The PPP destroyed our country through their incompetence and self-interest. It takes time to tackle existing issues, but we have made major inroads in fighting crime. There's still more to do, and we will get it done. At the next election, the choice is clear: a government led by the honest leadership of David Granger, or a return to the dark past under the incompetent and untrustworthy Irfan Ali and the PPP. The choice is yours. The decision to make is yours. The coalition government has been stronger and tougher in fighting crime.